Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor.
What the F was that entire freaking promo about?
Mark Hallbacher.
She's like the James Ellsworth of women.
And Corey Castle.
I look like Paul London and Brian Kendrick mixed.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Rassle Rock. Please, sweating to death during the day and drowning in rain at night is what we got going on today. It's Monday. Monday Night Raw is on, but I'm not watching it.
Nah.
So welcome to wrestling.
It's just loading on my TV.
Everybody?
I'm not watching it neither.
They just had another roll-up.
Yeah.
Another roll-up.
Yeah, that's the only move that it's allowed in WWE. Nobody has a finish anymore.
Maybe because there's a storm going on. It's not loading. Oh, here it goes.
The finishes?
Yeah, no, I was talking about a separate thing. I wasn't able to watch Raw for a minute. But
look, guys, there's a storm tonight, so nobody can put it clean. You gotta be roll up distractions or disqualifications all night.
There's a flash flood warning. That means nothing but roll-ups.
Oh my goodness gracious, man. So what's going on, everybody? We got a lot of wrestling happening this week. Let's start off with Money in the Bank because we got pretty much a complete card right now.
That's next week.
We have
Sunday, right?
What's that? Is that this Sunday?
Sunday?
Is it this Sunday or next Sunday?
2 weeks. I don't know. There's like a pay-per-view every week and a half. I can't keep up.
July 18th is when it's scheduled to roll.
Yay!
A notable thing. Let's also say next Friday's SmackDown is the first out of the Thunderdomes in front of live audience. Is Raw going to be that way too?
I hope, because I'm excited for Raw to be live because those fans are going to eat that show alive. It's going to be like the Raw after WrestleMania, just booing people they didn't expect. It's going to be
fun to listen to.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I thought they were starting back with this Monday Night Raw, but no, they're going to start with SmackDown. Why do SmackDown? Why not just wait until Money in the Bank?
Because SmackDown, they know SmackDown's been getting very positive reviews. It's a really solid show.
Always.
They can come out the gates hot, with SmackDown. People will be cheering and really fired up to see it. And then they're just going to hope that'll transfer over into Raw.
I'm really curious to see what kind of reaction Baron Corbin's going to get. If they're going to cheer him or boo him. They're going to be like, your life sucks, boo, get out of here.
He's the second best character on SmackDown right now. They've always done these lost, multiple losing streak storylines, but nobody's ever really leaned into it like he is. Not shaving, letting his hair grow in, even though he's still bald. Yeah, he's bald.
Dude, it's gotta be an inside joke that they have Pat McAfee talk about his hairline every 14 seconds. Oh yeah, his bad hairline. Oh, that's a runaway victory by Shinsuke Nakamura. Just about as runaway as Baron Corbin's hairline. Everything goes back to talking crap about his hairline.
I love it, dude. It's actually one of the only storylines in all of WWE I'm actually enjoying right now. Shinsuke's being profiled. Shinsuke's actually in a decent feud that's fun. And then, like I said, Baron Corbin's fully leaning into it. When they fully lean into it, it makes it, with the exception of Alexa Bliss, usually the storyline's pretty good.
Well, it looks like they're putting Alexa Bliss in a program now with Eva Marie. Is that right?
In
Evolution,
and Ball Drop,
and Piper Niven,
and Ball Drop. I'm not calling her Dewdrop. It's Ball Drop because that chick is amazing, and they're dropping the ball big time with her.
Yeah, I read the subtext on that, Mark.
Well, I didn't want anybody to think it was
I all got it.
We grasped what you were going for.
I didn't want it to be a creepy sex reference.
Well, no one was thinking that until you just said it. There's a sex creep Mark Kalbacher.
That one's for you, Nico.
Says he'll run wild with the ball drop.
You know, the next pay-per-view, that's all he's going to be talking about. And I won't be there because I'll be freaking pouring drinks.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a shame what they're doing with her. But, I mean, it's not a bad gimmick. The name sucks, but the gimmick itself, not too bad, what they're doing with the... you can see a big split coming a mile away, and I think it's going to be good. And
but how do you do the split? All right, you have this very talented, UK wrestler who, like I said years ago, should have been Nia Jax instead of Nia Jax. Mm-hmm. And then you have this girl who, don't get me wrong, she's a great heel personality-wise. She's smoking, like ridiculously, but she can't wrestle. Still, to this day, can't wrestle. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think they care. I think they know they have something else with her personality and her looks. But what do you do if you split them up? Does she go and get another girl to wrestle for her?
She's the female John Cena.
I mean, yeah, why not? Just to have her grab somebody as her, her
Ralphus
to represent her or whatever.
Her Jerichoholic.
Her Jerichoholic, yeah.
That's what ball dropper is.
Speaking of the women's wrestling too, like how bipolar was SmackDown? So Tegan Knox and Shotzi Blackheart, which they both lost their names. I think it's not Blackheart and Shotzi and
Shotzi and Knox.
Shotzi and Knox. They come out.
Michael Cole called her Tegan Knox like 4 times.
Yeah.
She comes out. They come out. First of all, I didn't know they were like a tag team that was coming on SmackDown. I forgot who won. Who won the the tag team 3-way on NXT? I was watching it. I can't remember.
Io Shirai and
okay, so they're going to wrestle for the tag. It was Stark.
Stark, yeah.
Zoe Stark, yeah.
Zoe Stark.
Yeah, you were watching it live on the air.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's why I was so confused when Shotzi and Knox came out and attacked them on SmackDown. It made no sense. It's like, oh, that's their call. That's their bland call up. But then Toni Storm, who's actually out of the 3, the actual star.
Yeah,
she gets the right vignette.
The build up. Yeah, they're building that up like it's going to be as good as it deserves to be.
And I like all 3 girls. That's why I was just sad to see them come out like that. And it's like, oh, they just beat Natalya. Natalya is this Dolph Ziggler of women's wrestling. You know, like every new chick comes out and beats her, and that's supposed to make it look good. You know, so I was kind of sad for those 2. I mean, I'm happy that Tony's getting like an actual build up because she's a star.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, when you look at it, like they didn't get a lot of time, sure, and they did the horrible name drop thing that WWE always does, but they came out, they got a clean win over the women's tag team champions, which is pretty huge, and they did it clean. It wasn't like a surprise roll up. There wasn't a distraction, which is every single match in WWE right now. So they got a clean win. So I'm happy for them.
There's some sloppy botches in that match, but. Sure. The results are what we're focused on.
Well, but we can say that, but like Natty, for as good as they always talk about her, she botches how much in a match normally? Yeah. Like she's technically sound, but I don't know what it is. She botches a lot in wrestling matches. So I don't know. I just hope they don't get like, you know, shuffled into the middle because you just lost a very talented, heavily tattooed girl with green hair. And replaced her with a slightly younger, slightly less talented. She's not as good, but she's not bad. She's a good wrestler.
She's cute. She's really attractive girl.
Yeah, she's adorable.
She's really yeah. Shotzi's definitely like Women Crush Wednesday worthy.
You think that was Vince? I don't like the green hair tattoo girl. She's ugly. Give me that green hair tattoo girl.
Yeah, she cut her hair. She cut her hair. We don't like her anymore. We need long hair, green hair girls.
Long green hair.
We need that long green hair. Not that short green. I wanted to get rid of her for months after that stupid haircut.
She's so good. That was one of the let-goes that really messed with my head. Like, why would you get rid of her? Like, out of anybody. Like,
Well, speaking of people that got rid of, Aleister Black just showed up on AEW.
So awesome.
Oh my God!
Is his new theme song Amish Paradise? They give him an Amish name. What's up with that?
It's him. It's him. On YouTube, there is a vignette he does where he ties his character from SmackDown when he had his eye shoved into the steps, and that he's insane, and like the doctors are trying to explain to him it never happened and everything. It's cheesy. It's like a cheesy horror type video.
Sure.
I really appreciate the fact that he tied that into his character on AEW. He looked like $1 million. He came out in that all black suit. He took out the right people when he came out. Like, hopefully they handle him better than they did Miro and whatever they're doing with Andrade with the weird costumes and then wearing the dress pants again, like he used to in NXT. Like, I don't know. Like, hopefully they handle this one better. And it sounds like it was a complete botch too, wasn't it? Someone said that WWE was going to re-sign him, but he already signed with AEW.
Well, yeah, WWE was supposed to, when he came up from NXT, they were supposed to change his 30-day non-compete into a 90-day non-compete, and they just forgot. And they just didn't do it.
Which would also give them the time and leverage to bring him back, because there was rumors they wanted to bring him back for less money.
Well, because they brought back Zelina Vega also.
And Johnny immediately.
And like, does that mean that she was ever even gone? Like, was she ever even released if they brought her right back like that?
Lana 2.0? Because the girl they signed her, the girl came back, and then it's like, wait, your husband didn't sign? Lay on your back, girl, because that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be staring at the lights for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's a shame. But
she's talented. She's great mouth on her, too. Like, she's so good on the mic and really good at, like, getting under people's skin.
Yeah, I'm not too broken up that they're going to make her lose, like, because she's a better manager than anything else. She's a better mouthpiece for somebody than she ever was in the ring, and she's not bad in the ring, but she's just so much better by somebody's side, and I'd much rather see that happen. You know, put her with Eva Marie. Why not?
All right, I'm just going to say this right now. They are turning Drew McIntyre into John Cena 3.0, Roman Reigns 2.0. He's out there smashing a motorcycle of bad guys.
Yeah, but they've never established that Jinder Mahal was a motorcycle guy.
He showed up on a motorcycle last week.
Like a 1 week build of that. He's like, hey, I've had that for a week. Oh, I cherished that all week last week. I didn't even get any more of a chance to check.
I don't know. I'm not watching it right now, but they always did stuff like that. Remember when The Rock had a brand new limit, like a Lamborghini or something like that, and Austin just smashed it?
I know they do.
Who cares?
I know, but they've been reserving it. It's like, you're the main baby face, so you get to do all the wacky. What's he going to drive out? What's the Scottish equivalent of a milk truck or a beer truck later? Is he just going to come out in a giant truck and shoot scotch all over everybody while they're out there?
He's going to come out in a golf cart and play golf.
Like Pete.
He's going to come out in a golf cart and just start teeing up and playing golf with the hat on and the kilt.
But what I have to make fun of, though, is he just ripped the gas tank off the motorcycle, and anyone with a quarter of a brain knows gas would come out of it as soon as you pulled it out, because there's a hose that goes to the engine. He just pulled the gas tank off and threw it across, and no gas came out. You just wrecked my model motorcycle. It took me hours to put that together.
He's like, rip the tailpipe off and use it as a weapon on the rest of the thing. But you know what? It'd be funny if, like, he now starts using the tailpipe instead of the sword on his way to the ring, like throwing the tailpipe into the ground.
Exhaust comes out instead of the fire.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of sad, but I need to see this conversation right now. Matt Riddle's talking to what is she calling herself? Ash now?
Nikki Ash. Why Nikki Ash? What does the Ash stand for?
Almost superhero.
Almost a superhero. She's not. But Matt Riddle's been the most entertaining thing on Raw in the last 4 weeks.
Oh, sure. Matt Riddle just ended up in the news not too long ago. He finally came out and talking about he's got some heat with Rollins. Something about his wife Riddle's wife posted something on social media or on Instagram or something like that, pretty much body shaming a lot of the girls in WWE, including Becky Lynch, which of course Rollins had a big problem with, and Rollins refused. There was supposed to be a big program between Rollins and Riddle at one point, but now there's nothing, just because Rollins said no, I will murder him.
I was gonna say, was Rollins just saying it on Instagram like he always does, and you just can hear the nasal through the Instagram as you're reading it?
Mario's canceled.
Don't make fun of my wife's body. I'm gonna kill you next time I see you. Hold on, I gotta do those weird pull-ups because I'm a CrossFitter.
It kind of sounds like a motorcycle. The voice, like the exhaust pipe. It ties right back together with the Jinder Mahal stuff.
How do you trash Becky Lynch? I mean, she had no booty, but I mean, she's in great shape.
I don't know. They just said body shaming. They didn't say what was said. It wasn't fat shaming. It couldn't have been. It could have been just the old Barbie stereotype of just impossible expectations for women to live up to, that sort of thing.
Oh well, whatever. Why is like Matt Riddle's wife like slamming or something? What is she?
She's an athlete. She's an athlete.
I'm gonna put in Mrs. Matt Riddle.
Let's see what pops
Mrs.
up.
Matt Riddle.
Mrs. Matthew Riddle. Yes. I don't know. Could be, but I know Riddle's all apologetic, apologizing on behalf of his wife, and he definitely wants that feud to happen one of these days, man, because honestly, that's a match I would love to see. That's a feud I would love to see. Rollins and Riddle.
Her name is Lisa Riddle. Okay.
Lisa Riddle sounds like the girl from Saved by the Bell.
Like Lisa Turtle.
Yeah.
Screeches main squeeze.
Okay, wow. She's definitely in insane shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's some form of athlete.
Right.
Or maybe a bodybuilder. She's in phenomenal shape.
Oh.
Well,
Lynch,
you know
Lynch
what?
is in pretty decent shape herself.
No, you can just iron off. You can just iron off her butt. I'm sorry, ladies.
Jeez. I'm sitting there saying we're in great shape. She's saying, no, Mrs. Riddle, you were wrong.
Hey,
and Mark's like, yeah, but she has no ass, so she's kind of right.
Hey, Mark, could you please objectify more women, please?
I'm going to tweet to Kalbacher Mark this week.
What do you mean my wife's ass is flat? I'm gonna kill you.
There goes the whole positive role that we were going for.
I'm sorry.
For the podcast. That's cool. That's cool. Well, speaking of things that are not so great, we have some very sad news about Paul Orndorff passing away just recently.
He was in really bad shape the last time I heard. I just didn't know he passed till about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just ongoing
dementia.
From dementia. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say this and make it seem as least insensitive as possible.
Oh, go ahead.
He deserves to be done with that misery of dementia, because that's something you never want to have to experience. Like, to watch somebody you love go through that, and I know, like, for sure, firsthand experience, absolutely, he's in a better place to be free of that misery. So as much as it's sad and I feel really bad for his family, I feel like it's good that they're out of the misery of that, having to witness that.
Yeah, dementia's no joke, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's really rough. My grandmother went through it, and it was really, really rough on the entire family. He was in, I believe, in assisted living care as well for a long time. Yeah, his son just reported 71 years old. Guy had a hell of a life. 71 these days is young to be passing away.
For 71-year-old wrestlers is like a 25-year-old kitty cat. Like, that's a long ass life for a wrestler.
No, he lived a long life, man. He's
Yeah.
I just feel bad that the tail end went the way it did, but you know, it's a hard life, that you guys.
I mean, the guy had a hell of a career. There wasn't much of the way of championships, so people might not know Mr. Wonderful as we do because we grew up with him in the 80s. But look up WrestleMania 1 because he was in the main event. Like that's how important this guy was. They called him Mr. Wonderful for a reason. He worked with Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Snuka and a list of others. Long list of others, and it was really good.
He was big time backstage guy in the days when WCW was whooping WWE's ass too, and as a trainer and I guess a manager. So like he's got a very, very extensive and very successful career.
Yeah, his legacy will live on for sure.
Definitely,
the legacy of what he accomplished as a backstage hand and as an in-ring hand in the business of professional wrestling.
You're the coolest entrance ever, and no one cares.
I guess we're not talking about Mr. Wonderful anymore.
Naomi just came out all like feeling the glow, and everybody watching on their TVs is just feeling the boredom.
I wonder what they have her doing.
She's in a tag match with Asuka again.
Jesus. When did they become a team? What happened with that?
It's just like, hey, we just took the belt off Asuka. You know, she only just held, like Drew McIntyre held it like down the entire pandemic.
Yeah.
And here's your thank you. You're gonna meander in a tag team match with Naomi for like.
Well, was it in a triple threat match with Nikki Cross, Chris Cross Applesauce?
Last week it was. I don't know. Is it? They're doing it again this week?
Yeah. Well, all three of them are in the ring now. So is it?
No, Alexa Bliss is coming down.
Oh, I didn't see that yet. Okay. So Alexa Bliss is going to team with Nikki Cross?
Yeah, lately she's been doing that. Like I don't.
Yeah, try and make some sense out of that.
Where's the doll? Why doesn't she have the doll with her?
The doll's still in timeout.
I missed
after
that.
The doll was put into timeout after she chased down Shayna Baszler. This is what's happening in wrestling today, folks.
Ah, yeah, you're punishing a doll.
The doll's in timeout, not the writer.
It's like we're gonna treat the doll like we should be treating the creative here. Put the creative on timeout.
Unless there's some chick who goes on a radio show and goes, man, they didn't even tell me. I didn't even have to know WWE to hire me. What's this email?
Is this a fatal four-way?
I guess is it for the last position
in the women's Money in the Bank?
I guess
perhaps.
Perhaps. Should be out.
Well, we got one more story to go over, and that's poor little Bailey going to be out for 9 months after having an accident training to get back on the road.
What was the accident? I'm so tired of hearing the words freak accident.
That's all I know.
That she was training. Did she just blow her knee out while she was training or something? Is that what it was?
Could have been. There's no what exactly happened.
I honestly thought she died on Friday because all the people sending out tweets and putting her name on everything. I thought Bailey died. I actually looked up. I put her name in there to see if she was dead.
R.I.P. Bailey's knee. R.I.P. the ACL.
It's a shame because I guess they were going to finally hit the finale of her and Bianca Blair. I guess what will happen is hopefully when her knee gets better, she can still do her weird ding dong hello segments. Just to keep her relevant on television.
Well, it's weird. It was weird having her cut a promo where she was like, "This is all your fault."
I like that actually.
No, it was good. It was good, but it was a weird decision, like to have if she's gonna do that promo, then be gone for 9 months and not be still active on TV. How sad is it? And I said it the second I read about it that like the last week at Thunderdome. the last week of not being on the road, live events, like Bayley can see how over she can actually be in front of a live audience. It's so sad for her. It sucks.
She's been one of those wrestlers that she's been like kind of like had a black cloud over her head, like ever since she came to the main roster. You know, she was on a roll, gets a concussion from Nia Jax, on a roll, gets hurt again. And then you know she finally got her day in the sun with having the tag belts and the world championship at the same time. And you know, and now it's basically her job to get over this other star and you know, she was finally going to be, you know, that big pop when we actually have fans out there. And I think she would have got a good reaction. I honestly think she would have got a better reaction than Bianca. And because I just don't think they're handling Bianca well. But yeah, it's a shame. And now we get Carmella in one of the weirdest storylines ever. It's like, you know, this isn't fair. I should be in the Money in the Bank. Well, no, Carmella's just getting a world title shot. You're still got to wrestle in the Money in the Bank. The girl's like, yay! It's like, this makes no sense.
So I went from getting nothing to getting the opportunity to perhaps win or nothing at all.
Yeah, it was a weird way that they got there, but I don't know. Not everything has to make sense, as we all know in WWE. It just goes. I still think it's going to be a good match.
Oh, yeah. I think Carmella's better than people think she is. She's a solid wrestler. You know, I think it'll be a good match. It was just one of the funniest storylines I've ever seen. This girl's, hey, wait, I don't want the title match. I want to be in the Money in the Bank. Sure, go ahead. You're in the Money in the Bank. She's going to wrestle for the world title. Now you got to wait another 2 weeks before you even know if you're going to be wrestling for the world title ever.
Oh, gosh.
Right. Yeah, it was. The whole segment was weird, and I feel like Sonya Deville, they need to just let her talk and not have to memorize lines because it's cringy when she's trying to say stuff like that's like the buzzwords when she's like, when we return to the live audiences for the first time ever, and it's like, no, this isn't the first time ever. There's been live audiences before. I was like, all right.
That was one of the best duck season, rabbit season bits I've ever seen.
Should we go down the card real quick? The old
for
Money
in the Bank? Yeah, absolutely.
We still got a couple weeks, but why not? We got the two final Money in the Bank ladder matches. We got Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, King Nakamura, and Seth Rollins for the men's title, or for the men's Money in the Bank briefcase.
What do you think?
Out of them, gosh, I don't know. I'm still pulling for Big E. Like, I know it's been what, 2 years since we predicted that he was eventually going to go over for the title, but I mean, the guy's due. Like, the guy is definitely due. He's been without the New Day for a year now.
Yeah, it'll probably be Seth Rollins, though.
That's what I was going to say.
It'll probably be Seth Rollins, though.
Well, I'm going to win, and I get the pin Riddle. It's a Money in the Bank ladder match. Well,
right, how about who do you want to see win, rather than who you think WWE is going to put?
I think everybody's on the same track. We all want to see Big E because, every single guy in there's already had their opportunity, but him. Like I would like to see him in a world title picture. If not, it's got to be Riddle. Like, one of those two, I would like to see in the world title picture. But if Riddle wins,
I mean, like, I would love to see Ricochet win it and see what he does. Like, if you put Ricochet up against Lashley,
we've already seen that.
Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but for serious.
No,
it was not just
It was for serious before, and it was.
When was? I don't know what you're talking about. When was it?
It was last year or something. Riddle or Ricochet totally got squished by Lashley, and I feel like that's probably what they'll do again. If Ricochet goes against him, if Ricochet goes against like Roman or something, that would be cool. But against Lashley, we've seen it already.
All right, then, well, we saw all these matches. You're a downer today.
Screw you! Screw you!
All right, Jesus Christ.
All this
I'd like to see Big E. It'll probably be Seth Rollins. Well, Ricochet would be cool. Ricochet, we saw that already. Get over it. Jesus Christ, man. I'm trying to actually enjoy what I watch on television.
I really would be excited to see Big E, honestly. That's my number one pick would be Big E. I'd really want to see that more than anything. Mm-hmm. But I'm not optimistic about seeing that. I want to, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I agree. We have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match as well. Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, and Natalya. I'm missing somebody. Who's the other one? I'm missing somebody. Who? Not Liv Morgan. Who's the other one? Who's the other one? We are missing somebody.
I don't know. That's a very talented
1, 2, 3,
pack
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we only got 7. Do we still have another? Oh, the other match is happening right now. That's why we're missing somebody.
The other match is happening now.
The last qualifying match. I'm like, why is there only 7? That doesn't make any sense. But
I'm not even picking on that one. I can't even figure that out. I think they're going to give it to Liv Morgan
tomorrow. Really?
Yeah. I think they're going to try to finally get that girl over.
Or they'll give it to Alexa and let her go for the title. It'd be funny to see what they would do with the briefcase having the doll in it.
The briefcase has the doll?
Yeah, put the doll in the briefcase.
What if they do that when someone tries to go grab the briefcase and the briefcase opens up and the doll sitting in it? It scares them off the ladder.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Alexa climbs and takes it.
That James Ellsworth is the doll.
I'm still relevant.
So who's in the match now? That's the qualifying match. That's happening.
Naomi, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Ash.
Naomi went for a Samoan drop and just dropped Nikki Ash.
Oh, right. Ugh. That was gross.
That was terrifying.
That was not an attractive looking move.
We'll see if she's a superhero.
She's a superhero, yeah. Let's see her bounce back from that one.
She bounces back from that drop. Oh my god.
But the rest of the card looks pretty good as well, with Lashley versus Kingston, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, and Roman Reigns versus Edge. I mean, that's pretty solid. And we have also the added match of Bianca Belair and Carmella that we were talking about earlier.
I would have to say I hope they give them time. Kofi Kingston and Bobby Lashley could be the match of the night. I mean, it's just
it's funny to think about. It's funny to think about, like, both of the main titles changing hands at Money in the Bank would be such a weird, like, an unexpected result, considering, like, Edge versus Roman for the Universal title. If Edge beats him and then Kofi beats Bobby, both on Money in the Bank, even though, like, SummerSlam's the next thing coming up, and that's, like, a huge thing. Mm-hmm. But maybe these matches will be, like, rematched at SummerSlam. But I could definitely see Edge getting the Universal title from Roman.
No, I don't see Kofi winning. I just see it as being the most exciting match because Kofi is probably, since Daniel Bryan left, the purest face they have. Like, he's just, like, people get him and they like connect with him more than anybody else on the roster. And Bobby's a beast. So, like, I think they could really pull off a really good match. And I would have Edge and Roman Reigns is going to be awesome. Like, Roman's going to get all the time he needs because he's the guy. So they're gonna have enough time to tell whatever story they want, I think. I don't know if Edge is going to win it, but I do see that being a great match. And the men's ladder match is going to be awesome. Just by having Ricochet in it, you're going to see something that's going to, like, mess with your head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time. All right, I think it's about that time we shine that spotlight on somebody and find out who wins wrestling. Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. All right, who's got one? Who wins wrestling? Let's go with Corey. Corey, who wins wrestling this week?
I'm going to say Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for winning an ESPY award for their main event of WrestleMania. I think that's pretty monumental and good for them.
I didn't know that happened. That's cool.
And that's it.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Corey.
Back to you, Rick.
All right, go, Mark. Who wins wrestling?
I'm going with Malikai Black, Aleister Black, Tommy
Even-
End, whatever the hell you want to call him.
Even Ezekiel thinks that his mind is gone.
Like I said, he came out, he took out the right guys, taking out Arn Anderson, taking out, Cody Rhodes. He looked like $1 million. The eye makeup with the contact was a little weird, but I like I said, the storyline, not forgetting his past in other wrestling federations is, I think, kind of smart. I think it was very well done. And I just hope they go somewhere with him, because I think WWE seriously dropped the ball with a very unique wrestler.
They just had a roll-up victory in this match.
Jesus Christ.
It's because of the rain. It's because of the flash flood warning. Nobody wins with their move.
I hate Raw. I can't watch it.
I just hate it. It's been done to death. Enough of it already.
You watch Raw, and then you go, and the next day's NXT, and it's like clean finish. All the matches were amazing. It's a bunch of dudes you never heard on, and it's just so fun. And then you go to SmackDown, and Roman Reigns runs rampant on it, but the show's still great. And then Monday comes back around, you're like,
yeah, let's be clear about that. It's just pretty much Raw that we don't like. We're not crapping on WWE or any of the performers. It's just the writing on Raw always sucks, man. It's always terrible.
I still think NXT is their number one show. I think SmackDown, storyline wise, Roman puts it right up there as number 2. And then I think AEW is definitely the third best show on television next to those two. Definitely Raw.
So they just played the match. The match was Nikki Cross winning with a roll-up against Asuka, and then showed a replay of last week when Matt Riddle beat AJ Styles with the roll-up. It's like, now let's cut to another replay of another match ending in a surprise roll-up victory.
Here's Bobby Lashley retaining his title in a roll-up at Hell in a Cell. And here's a video of Mark at 6 a.m. flipping his coffee table over and going to bed.
So, Rick, who wins wrestling?
Oh, God, I don't know. Let's go with Toni Storm. Good luck.
I hope, man. I hope.
And that's it. Back to you.
And that's it.
She's got star written all over her, I'm telling you, man. I hope this works out. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
Because the one thing they're really missing on SmackDown, especially with Sasha not there, is they really don't have. And now Bayley's hurt. You really don't have a big gun. You really like Bianca's. I just don't think they've gotten her over where they need her yet. But I think Tony's going to be one of those instant star type characters.
Yeah, especially debuting in front of a live audience for the first time ever.
I mean, they definitely have to get rid of her Motley Crue gimmick, the hats with the sunglasses and the thing. But I saw it.
Why do they have to get rid of that?
Because they basically replaced her with Rhea Ripley doing the same punk rock thing on the other show. It's like they're basically two characters. One's just half the other one's size.
I think it's enough difference. There's enough difference in their styles and stuff that they don't have to change anything about her.
I don't like it.
Well, I don't like it.
I don't like it. They gotta change it. I don't like it. I can see that. I don't know. It could be one of those things where you got one-on-one. you got one-on-one show, one on another show, and eventually maybe they both come up together and they both build them up to big, big time names, and then they have a big blow off at the Royal Rumble or whatever the hell is going on.
I would like to see that because the girl they do have good chemistry, and those girls have wrestled a couple times and they're really good matches. So I would like to see somewhere they fix whatever they're doing wrong with Rhea Ripley, and then build Tony up, and maybe we have them meet up later on, maybe a year down the line or something like that.
The biggest.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was probably going to say the same thing as you. What they're doing wrong with Rhea Ripley is that she's on Monday Night Raw.
I was going to say they put her with Charlotte Flair. For like 6 months. She's been feuding with Charlotte Flair. That's probably the problem. And the feud doesn't make any sense. But most likely, that's due to them being on Monday Night Raw. So I guess we're both right, I think.
Oh yeah, dude! I bet money you get Paul Heyman gets his hands on Rhea Ripley and SmackDown, dude. She'd be the monster they were trying to make her on Raw, and then drop the ball with her.
She's another ball drop.
This is my brutality.
Oh God, that song sucks.
that's where they dropped the ball with Rhea Ripley, was giving her that song.
Oh man, I think that's about it, man. Corey, you got anything to plug?
The same thing I say every time. If you're enjoying what we're doing, make sure you let us know you exist and leave a comment on the YouTube video below. If you're checking us out on YouTube, if you're checking us out on any of the podcasting apps, make sure you hit subscribe so you get new episodes every single week. Also, keep up with us because pretty soon we're probably going to be changing the YouTube channels and all that stuff, and make sure you hit subscribe and make sure you follow us all individually on Twitter and on Instagram at Corey Castle here, at Kalbacher Mark, at Rick _Matters on the Twitter, so you can get constant updates about what the evolution of this show is going to be, as well as my show, Evolving with Corey Castle. New episodes drop every single Monday at noon Eastern. And youtube.com/Corey Castle. Go ahead and subscribe and comment and like and give us your feedback. We love it.
And don't forget, you can keep up on everything for Rassle Rock on RassleRock.com. You can see the latest video. You can hear the latest episode. And you can check out some of our old stuff, like our interview with Jerry the King Lawler, our interview with Trevin Adams. It's right up on the main page. And you should definitely check out our shop, which has all our Wrestle Rock merchandise, which everything is connected to a charity. So if you buy some merchandise, you're helping some people out. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, tinyurl.com/YouTube Rick Connor, because it's really helping me out that you do that. Believe it or not, a subscription is worth 1,000 words or something. Whatever.
Definitely not $1,000.
I wish. Mark, do you have anything to plug?
Loki final episode this week.
Oh, dude! I'm excited. I've been enjoying
the best Marvel I've been done since probably Infinity War. This show is amazing. Go see
this show is so good. Go watch Loki.
And Conor McGregor, I don't care if you get well.
he broke it. He broke the heck out of his leg.
That was one of the craziest breaks I've seen since Sid breaking his leg.
Well, while he was laying there talking to Rogan, he was like, "Oh, this is like the Anderson Silva thing." But did you watch that one?
Nah, I just saw the one where he's just yelling at Poirier, and you don't see it until someone actually took a photo from the crowd. He's like, your wife is in my DMs, all that stuff. Yeah. And there's a picture of Poirier's wife giving him the finger walking by. Like, it's just, and someone wrote, Poirier's wife is a gangster. I don't know why, it just made me laugh, but it was just the way she was giving him the finger, and she just had this big old strut when she was walking. Dude, he's lying there with his leg all flopping.
Dude, Connor's MMA career is over.
It's over.
He's going to be in WWE anytime soon, I'm sure. Like, once he recovers, he's going to be in the WWE. It's going to happen.
And your whiskey's not Irish. It's distilled and bottled in Jersey City.
Okay. The most obscure thing to get hot about.
It's not Irish, damn it.
On the Uneducated Podcast, we bought Proper 12 whiskey. And we opened it. We all had one drink, and we looked at each other, and And it's like, so another bottle of whiskey? I'm like, yeah. And we put her away and grabbed a different bottle. I think the most we talked about it was bottled in Jersey City. And then we just grabbed something else that was way better on the shelf and started drinking.
Then you went and smashed Connor's prop motorcycle. No gasoline came out.
My motorcycle.
I guess for Money in the Bank, we're also going to get the Viking Raiders versus AJ Styles and Omos.
Yes.
Oh, are we? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I just love AJ. I'm just.
Well, right now we're getting singles matches with AJ versus one of them and Omos versus the other one of them.
Yeah. The one thing you need to stop before we get off the air is Omos has got to stop the yelling when he does that. "Ah!" He just does it so long. It just looks too comical.
Crazy almost.
Crazy.
You got anything, Rick?
Yeah, I'm going to end the
Done,
show.
right? I go
Yeah.
home. I am home. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
home.
Take it
You're
off.
good.
I'm tired.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Rassle Rock. I'm Rick Connor.
Mark Hallbacher.
Corey Castle.
And let's take it out like we always do with Mr. Nick Burke.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Join us again for another episode of Rassle Rock. This has been Jay Davis speaking.